How's it going, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to At Home Dude. And if you're like me, you probably saw these online and wondered if they work or not. Well, I'm here to try them out for you today, and we're gonna go through this together. I'm gonna give you some pros and some cons. So as the introduction plays, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be back right after this. First, we're gonna go through the pros. The things I liked about these gloves, the first thing was that they are somewhat heat resistant. In our house, we have the hot water heater turned up a little bit, so the water can get pretty hot as you're washing dishes, and these definitely help. I'm able to wash the dishes in really hot water to make sure they're getting cleaned properly, and it doesn't bother my hands much at all. After a while, it does start to warm up, but I definitely feel a lot more comfortable washing in the hot water with these gloves rather than what I used to do, which is just using a brush and washing with my hands. Our second pro is just gonna be that it protects your hands. This kind of goes for any gloves that you buy, so this is not exclusive to these. But generally, when you're washing your hands in the water, all the time your hands start to get dry and you end up using a lot of lotion to try to combat the dry hands and the cracking of your skin. So it definitely helps to have dishwashing gloves to be able to use when you're washing all the time. So our third pro is gonna be that they're relatively inexpensive. When I purchased them, I believe they were about $10, and that basically replaces a cup of coffee. So they're gonna be around for a little while, much longer than your coffee, right? And hopefully they'll be able to help you. For me, they are a luxury buy, and when I wash a lot of utensils, they definitely help me out. Also, like I said before, it helps stop drying of my skin because I'm not coming in contact with as much water. The last pro that I have is that the bristles are a little more resilient than I thought they would be. I have some really sharp knives and I thought that they would slice them off really quickly, but they haven't. The bristles are stuck around. They aren't the strongest bristles, but at least they're still there. Okay, now let's go on the other side of things and look at the cons. The first con that I seem to have is I had to learn how to wash with these gloves, because if you really do soak both of them up and expect to be able to wash a bowl with them, the bowl's gonna slip right out of your hands. So what I learned to do is just soak mainly one hand, which is a little difficult because usually you're gonna try to use both your hands to lather the soap, you know, but I try to mainly soak one hand so that my other hand can still be very effective in grabbing and holding onto the item. It can be a little bit annoying doing it this way, but it's what works. The next con is that I would say these are mainly for a gentle wash, and that is why I use them mainly for utensils. Because when you're working with a pan that really has something on it, or even if a plate set around and it has dry crusted food on it, it can be difficult to get off, and it may not get it off too well. So a lot of times, one thing that is good about these gloves is that they are gloves and I still can use my brush. My brush is stronger and it's better at agitating food to get it off of items. The next con is gonna be about how our thumbs are not flat, but the glove's thumbs are flat. And sometimes when you put it on, it ends up being a situation where your thumb is facing more so this way, but the glove is still facing this way. So it can be awkward to use at times. It would be really nice if the thumb was able to turn around and face the inside of my thumb, but you work with what you got, and for $10, it is what it is, right? The last con I have is that I've noticed I use more soap with these gloves. I seem to be soaping fairly often and regularly, so I would say that they don't appear to be the most efficient in terms of using soap. The last couple things I really want to say about these gloves is that just be aware that it can give you a false sense of security. If you are using knives or handling sharp objects that you're cleaning, you just want to make sure that you're being safe, because you still can cut yourself. Overall, to give these gloves a letter grade, since I know you guys want a rating, I would probably give it a C plus B minus. They definitely help me out, but depending on how you wash dishes, these may or may not help you out. I do also use a dishwasher sometimes, but a lot of times I find it quicker and easier to just do the few dishes we have. And if I only have a few dishes, these gloves are not really worth the time putting on and taking off. But if I do have a larger load of dishes and I don't want to use the dishwasher, then they're definitely worth putting on and saving my hands from all of the harshness, that is the chemicals and the soap and the water, hot water. If you have any questions or comments about these gloves, if you've used them, let me know what you think. Hit me in the comments below and we can talk about it. Thank you for watching this. I hope you guys liked it, and hit the like button. Give me some love. I hope you all are doing well out there, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Bada bing, bada boom.